Welcome, everybody to Pour It On Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pour It On is, Pour It On is a show where experience doesn't matter. All you need is your will to learn, paint, create, and have fun. On Pour It On, you'll follow along with myself with one pouring technique that I've selected for this week's show. Iconic painter Bob Ross said, "We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents." So let's pour it on and see what we can create. I'm your host, Juancho. And here's our canvas for today. If you guys weren't here last week, we actually started this piece on last week's episode. We used some red, some green, moon orange, and a few other colors to get this background that you see here. So we're back today to start on part 2 of this piece, which is going to be the Bob Marley silhouette that you see right here. I know a lot of people have seen some of my mixed media pieces and where I've incorporated yarn or pipe cleaners or things of that nature to add another dimension to the piece. Today we're going to use some black yarn to do the silhouette. As you can see, obviously the pores, here in the background. And in between here in the face right here, you can see where it was a port, and I just painted that in brown. Okay, I just painted it in brown. So now we're just gonna go ahead and start to work our outline for the piece. I know you see these straight edges right here. Don't be alarmed; it's not gonna be straight edge down here. It's gonna actually have some flow to it. So we're just gonna get started here. I got my glue sticks. I got my glue gun. And I'm just gonna probably start up here at the top here because I see it's got this one little strand, this lock strand up here from the silhouette. So I'm just gonna add just a dab of glue here at the top, just so that I know that that's where my lock is gonna start. And you kind of want to like twist the glue gun a little bit so that you don't get those drops on your canvas, random drops. You don't want those. Not that you can't clean them up, but it could be a pain sometimes. So got this first little part right here for the strand. I think I'm just gonna work my way around the left side of it here and then continue my way on. So I'm just adding glue in little increments, enough to cover this here, the strand here. And you want to kind of move fast because obviously it's glue, and when it hits cold air, it's hot at one point. And it's going to cool down fast once it hits the canvas. So with that being said, I'm going to slowly work our canvas down here. All right. And I'm just holding it in place so that it can go ahead and solidify there before I continue to move. And you're just going to keep doing that around each part of this stencil. By the way, I put the stencil into my program, and then I took out the background. After I took out the background, I went on and put it on my plotter so that I can cut it out. And now that we have it cut out, I taped it, but it's like a permanent adhesive vinyl. I just took that and went on and so I'm gonna make this little loop right here. Go ahead and bring that loop right there for the lock. And as I said, we're just gonna continue to go around. I told you guys we were gonna do some continuation pieces. This just so happened to be the first of many to come. We have other pieces that we will come back and work on throughout this season 3. So And I'm just giving, I have a yarn ball here because I do other crafts and stuff like that too. So it's not in its little bundle. I actually unraveled it and put it in the ball. That way I could easily unravel it as needed. I'm not saying that you have to do that, but it seems to work out better for me. So I'm sure anybody that knits or crochets or anything like that probably would agree as well. So with that being said, we're just gonna keep on working our way down here. The outline is probably the longest part of doing something like this, y'all. Just because you want to hit those edges, those different turns and curves, the details that um, you may have for your outline. Okay. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Poured on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're continuing a pour that we did last week. We're adding another dimension to it. I've started my outline here for the Bob Marley silhouette. As you can see, slowly working our way around the edges here. And hopes that we will get it fully outlined and then we will go from there. So with that being said, I'm just gonna keep on continuing here, adding the hot glue. I have the hot glue there. And, okay. So, and you might have some of the glue might come out the sides, y'all. It's okay if it comes out the sides. Depending on the way it looks, I might even come back with paint and paint it just to give it the the black outline to match it. Sometimes it might be easy to peel off, but just be careful if you do try to peel it off because you don't want to peel off the paint and your canvas and rip it up. So just be mindful of that when you're doing things like that, because the canvas is stretched. It is stretched, but with it being stretched, that means it's weaker in the center as well. So at least a little pull on something that's firmly attached to the canvas, it will rip the canvas. It will rip the canvas. So, and I'm just, like I said, we're just gonna keep coming along the edges. Some of these like accents that you see around the edge, I might not get those like in their entirety, and that's okay because I can come back and and put I can cut out a piece just for that area and make it fit. So we're not too worried about making sure we get every single detail on the first go around because when you, like I said, when you come back around, you're going to be filling things in. You're going to clean up those details that you're missing. So, all right. And as always, y'all, I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm just kind of giving instructions while I'm doing the show. So if I didn't catch you when you come in, I do apologize, but welcome, nonetheless. Hope you're enjoying the show thus far. Around and get this silhouette outlined. Something like this, it depends on how detailed it is. It could take, a couple hours, it could take an hour, it just depends. And then how fast you're moving. Obviously, on the show, I'm moving a little bit slower because I'm giving instructions as I'm moving along the canvas. So Not going to be moving as fast as I normally would, just doing it by myself. But nonetheless, we're gonna try to get this thing done on the episode if we can. If not, you know me, when I start on something like this, we tend to carry over to the after hours and try to finish it. So if it's not done by the hour time slot, y'all make sure y'all stick around. We're gonna try to get this finished today. We're gonna try to get this finished today. All right. So we hit a spot here where I'm going to go ahead and snip. Going to go ahead and snip because we got a couple of little wavy things going on right here. I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to cup down our right side. So let's go ahead and get this right side going. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Poured on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just cutting off the ends so that they're clean ends. I can butt them up to the existing yarn. So, okay. All right. So I'm going to have to heat. This is what I was talking about. The glue dries pretty fast. So you don't want to put too much out or you're going to run into the issue with it setting on you, which just happened right there. So I'm just going to put a little extra glue just to go with what I already put down. Should melt it, and it did. So we're gonna do that, and we're just gonna keep coming around this right side, y'all. Coming around the right side. All right. So got that. As you see, we're getting our outline going. That's it. Takes patience. There's no rush, especially if you're trying to have like a nice clean look. Like I said, I have that outline, but I'm not necessarily going 100% with the outline itself. I'm giving myself a little bit just outside of the outline to allow myself some space to do some of these details. So we're just gonna keep coming around this side. And that's my son in the background making all types of noise. So, let's go, yo. We in here. All right. So I'm just trying to get these locks down here at the bottom. All right, so we got that one, and I'm gonna give myself a little bit of room on here, so I'm gonna cut it right there. All right. So for the most part, we got our outline on the right and left side. I'm just gonna finish off this bottom half real quick. All right. And I'm just working myself around, around. All right. Let's see here. Get you to come. All right. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one right there. To pursue plastic surgery, huh? uh, well, currently we pursuing art and creativity. I don't know if my hands are steady enough for surgery. I might end up cutting somebody's insides or something. I don't know. It might not be a good look. They be calling me Dr. Kevorkian or somebody. That's why I don't try to do tattoos because I don't feel like my hand's steady enough for that type of stuff. Although I probably could do the tattooing, just not. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You guys are just tuning in. This is Poured on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're just finishing up a piece that we started last week, y'all. Um, as you can see, it's a Bob Marley piece. I don't think we had a name for it last week, but I think when I posted the post, I called it One Love. So I don't know. You can take it for what it's worth or not. I don't know. Either way, I'm happy with the way it's turning out, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it too. All right. Okay. And as you can see, like was like a little cutout something right here. So I'm just gonna butt this up and finish it off right there. I'm not gonna even mess with it. Go ahead and seal it right there. And there we go. Not even gonna mess with it. And then I can glue it down. Here we go. Trying to let this set just for a second. Welcome, welcome. How you doing, Pink Nurse? I think I saw pancakes in here. Welcome, y'all. Welcome, y'all. And if you're new to the show, we do this every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is just one of the many things that I do on the show. A lot of it's mixed media. Sometimes I finish them on the show. Sometimes I finish them after the show. Just kind of how I'm feeling, I guess. Um, if I feel like it's going to take a long time to finish on the show, I don't try to show it because then it'd be looking like a 3, 4 episode situation, and I don't want anybody to have to sit through that many episodes of the same piece. We want to see some new stuff. We want to see some new stuff, y'all. Right? Right? We want to see some new stuff. And so I did continue this piece from last week. Those of y'all that are just coming in right now, um, it's something that really just kind of spoke to me in the last episode. So I was like, let me go and finish it. I know somebody was interested in it, so I figured why not? Why not? Yeah. And watch the glue when it dries. It's gonna create like webbing and stuff like that. Y'all want to make sure you clean that up. I'll make sure you clean that up. I'm gonna go ahead and start right here and get this cut out here, y'all. Just because I think it's gonna make the process a little bit easier. So just doing that. There we go. You can't read. What's the word? Welcome, welcome. All right, so we got that little cutout done. Got our webs that I was talking about. All right. So now I'm gonna come down here at the bottom, y'all, and finish this last little bit. So we can go get this thing filled in. So like I said, again, be careful. Um, make sure you get to set before you move it, because if you don't, you're gonna get glue everywhere. And don't be afraid of getting the glue anywhere. Like I said, some of it'll peel off for you. Um, I'm just trying to get some. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one, and I'm leaving excess, y'all, so that I can tie it all back in. And that's all that is. I know y'all probably like, well, why is there that extra little tail right there and it's not glued to nothing? I just want to tie it in at the end. Tie it in. So sticking to my glove. That's okay. It kind of gives it like a natural look. I don't mind. I'm all about the textures. I'm all about the textures, so I don't mind that. It's a little frayed at the end. That's all right. Just gonna go ahead and come back down here along this lock right here and finish this lock out. All right. Be careful. And I'm trying to keep the glue as much as I can within the stencil. It's a lot less to clean up at the end. All right. I'm just gonna come back along this one real quick. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm gonna skip a little area because I want it to look like have like an effect to it. So we're gonna skip a little area right there. I'm gonna come back with my yarn right there. And like I said, we're gonna use a little bit right there just to there we go. And coming back along, come back along the side of this just to make that a lock there. And as you see, I'm squeezing it together so it makes that a nice little tight fit. All right. All right. I'm coming back down. Come back down. And I'm gonna cross over a little bit. There we go. There we go. All right. And we're bringing it back up and around. So I'm making sure I get this as close as possible to the other one. We want that to match up really close there. All right. Push that in. And let's see here. So we're coming back down. We're gonna keep on. Come on, finish this last little bit. Let me get a new glue stick. Make sure you have plenty of glue sticks for something like this, because you could get stuck and not be able to finish if you don't. Obviously, you can go back to the store and get you some more, but I like to just finish my stuff without having to stop to go to the store if I can, unless I come up with another idea to add to it. and I don't have the material. That'd be the only way. That'd be the only way. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Poured on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're finishing up a pour that we started last week, y'all. So if you're new to the show, last week we did open cup pour with 2 cups. And as you can see the colors that we chose to use for that open cup pour. Today we're coming back and we're adding a silhouette. So we've already got most of the outline done. I'm trying to finish that up here now so that we can go ahead and fill it in. But this is where we at, y'all. This is where we at. Okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna again jump over a little bit. I'm gonna fill this in right here and jump over a little bit just because I just want the different dimensions for the locks. Glue gonna be hot too, y'all, so if you can use gloves or something to minimize the heat. And this one dried a little bit, so I'm gonna come back. Like I said, I'm just basically putting the nose of the heat gun back up to the dried up glue, and then I'm placing the yarn. All right. I'm about to turn this back. And I'm just pinching the 2 pieces together when I'm coming back up with the lock, y'all. Just making sure that it has that no gap. It's nice close to the other strand of yarn that I laid down. When it dries, all this stringy hot glue that'll all get removed. Well, I tend to brush that off, and then it removes. So it's relatively easy for it to remove. So don't be alarmed. All right. I think I'm gonna do, yeah. So you see, I'm doing one more strand, but I'm giving the gap again. I'm gonna come back and fill it in. We're just trying to, cause some areas I'm gonna overlap the yarn, y'all. Some areas I'm gonna overlap the yarn, so that's why we're doing this. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and cut this one right here. Juancho, please post the price for this piece. My eyes on the prize. Not everybody want the piece. And y'all gonna have to talk to the original person that said they wanted to see if they changed their mind or not. You know what I'm saying? Someone already said that they wanted it. Auction. Auction. They're talking about some auction. I can't do that to my boy. He was the first one that said that they wanted it as soon as the show ended last week. Can't do it, y'all. If he say he don't want it, that's one thing, but I'm a man of my word. If I say I'm gonna do something for somebody, Jessica, read the room. Gonna be a thought box. Jen with the steel. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Welcome everybody tapping in. This is Port on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As y'all can see, I'm trying to finish up this piece. Hopefully, we can get it done before the show is over with. I'm not sure though, because it's a lot. It's a lot to try to do the outline and things like that. But I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best, okay? Do my best, y'all. All right. And like I said, even if we don't, we'll probably be finishing it after the show, nonetheless. So y'all can stick around and see the piece come to life. Okay, see the piece come. I don't think we got 15 minutes. We got 15 minutes. And we'll see. I'm gonna try to at least get the outline done so y'all can see that though. Try to at least get the outline done. All right. So we in here trying to get this bottom part finished of the mouth. See if we can. Shoot. There we go. I unraveled that a little bit. Didn't mean to do that. Just gonna add a little glue right there. And I know you guys probably like, well, isn't it gonna come apart after it's all done? No, because I'm gonna seal it. It's not gonna come apart because I'm gonna seal it. I just gotta leave it there long enough to dry, and then from there, let's see. There we go. All right. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Poured on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're nearing the end of the show, but nonetheless, like I said, we will be continuing once the show's over with, so we can try to get this piece done. I'm gonna go ahead and move that there. And then I'm just gonna bend this like so. And push that in there. All right. There we go. Okay, here we are trying to finish up the face here, y'all. It's a little bit detailed, so it's going to take a little bit to do this part of it. So I know we're not going to be able to finish the show just from this alone. And that's okay. That's okay. I just wanted to be able to show you guys like the process of something like this. I know some of you guys might have seen me do this on some of the pieces. Some of you may not have, but those that haven't, this is your opportunity to see what the process looks like. If y'all were here for the Jordan painting, you would see me made a basketball net with yarn. So, yarn, I used all different types of things to incorporate into my pieces. It might be yarn, it might be flowers, it might be butterflies, it might be other arts and craft things that I might come across. But nonetheless, I just try to do some quality pieces for y'all. A lot of my pieces are one of a kind, like I'm not out here like mass producing them or nothing like that. Like, the idea comes to mind and I go to work with it. So, you're looking for a one of a kind piece, I'm your guy. Not that I probably can't replicate it, but the pour itself can't be replicated. So it still would be its own unique piece. I will say that. Still will be its own unique piece. But so I'm going to bring this back in here. All right. So now I'm about to bring this back into this little gap, y'all, and I'm gonna try to make a little loop to wedge in between there. There we go. Just a little loop to wedge in between there. So I got a little bit of glue I need to squeeze in between there. And then I'm gonna squeeze that together and just hold it for a second so that it doesn't move. All right. And I think, yeah. It's kind of laying on the existing yarn right here for the mouth, which is fine because I'm bringing it back around to finish the rest of the face, y'all. Just bringing it around to finish the rest of the face. And stuff like this, these little detail areas, like I said, they could be a little tricky at times for me. I still make do with what I got. You know what I'm saying? Make do with what I got. Um, go. Okay. Let's see. Some of these finer details I have to come back. Um, there's a little trick I do for those to fill in those spots. Basically, I just take the glue gun, I put it in that area that's missing a little bit of the yarn, and I put the tip of the yarn down in there, and then I snip it at the base and kind of fray it a little bit so it fills in. Let's see here. We're looking at about 9 minutes before we gotta get out here. Let me get this. Let me get this piece right here. And get my tweezers. Some of these pieces are getting on my nerves because they don't want to cooperate, but we gonna get it. We gonna get it. So that's that. And then, all right, so I'm gonna cut this piece right here because it's starting to get to like the skinnier spaces where it's harder to maneuver. So with that being said, I'm gonna come back to those because those are like really just like I said, you cut a piece of the yarn off and then you just fill it in. Um, I'm just gonna cut a piece of yarn here, do our little cheek highlight. All right. All right. All right. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Portal on Juancho. You can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It looks like the show we're about to run out of time, so I'm not going to be able to finish it within the feature show block. So y'all make sure y'all stick around. I'm going to continue to work on this throughout probably the next hour or so to see how much more of this we can get done today. Just going to go ahead and let you guys see it from where it is right now. Again, disregard the dried up glue. That stuff will be removed. And then also down here we have some stuff that's going to be there's going to be some stuff that's going to be glued down here as well. So as you can see, like we got all of this white glue right there. All that stuff's going to be removed. Do I paint the yarn? Sometimes it depends on what I'm doing. This specific piece, no. I painted the background with a open cup pour, and then after I did the open cup pour, I created a Bob Marley stencil with permanent vinyl, and then I placed it on the canvas, and then throughout the entirety of this show, I've been basically doing the outline, which I know it's not really seeing much, but you guys can kind of get the idea of where my mind goes when I start to add other mediums to the painting. Um, again, we got about 5 minutes, but if anybody has any questions at this time, Normally, you know, we will go into the Q&A part, but because this is a continuation, we're not going to do the Q&A today. Um, but this is the piece that we're working on. This is what we're going to finish, hopefully after the show, if I have enough time. Kingy, I see you. What's going on, Bad Baby? Anybody else in here today? Y'all got questions before we wrap this thing up and play a little music to ride this thing out? If you guys are interested in being on the show or interested in purchasing a piece, my Instagram is in my bio. Just hit me with a follow there. Shoot me a message. We'll get you on the show to do a piece, or if you're interested in purchasing a piece, let me know. Like I said, I usually do custom stuff. It's not nothing specific to, you know, where I'm doing mass productions of one piece or anything like that. Can I do, something similar? Yeah, but because I add pouring techniques to a lot of my pieces, the pouring technique could be the same, but the pattern might be different. No two pours are the same, as you can see, and I can test to that because I did this piece a few shows ago. Same, I poured the colors across both canvases at the same time, pulled them the same way, and still, we got two different patterns on these canvases, y'all. Um, but with that said, this is poured on Juancho, y'all. Again, you can find us every Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the part 2 from last week's episode. We will finish this at the end of the show. And so I'm going to go ahead and play this little tune and we can get up out of here.